Hi, this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness. Today we're going to talk about the Rossi 462 and talk about some of its strengths, some of its weaknesses. We're also going to shoot some other guns. Ruger SP101, another one of my favorites. A perennial favorite, my Taurus 605. And last but not least, in this simply rugged holster, a gun I often carry this time of year, is my Smith & Wesson 640. So let's go back to 10 yards, and we're going to shoot 3 rounds of 38 Special out of each of these snubby revolvers, all of them that are they're chambered in .357, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit later. But let's go ahead and start with the Rossi. We'll go to the Ruger, then the Taurus, and then after that the Smith & Wesson. Alright, let's look how we shot with the Rossi. Now, first shot was over. I don't have the sight painted orange, but it also does have a very stiff trigger. But I brought it back to the middle with the other 2 shots. Now, how about the Ruger? Very happy with the Ruger. Since I put these grips on, these hideout grips, I don't shoot low with this gun like I was with the Pachmayr rubber grips. Now with the Taurus, I kind of let Taurus down a wee bit. For some reason I was shooting a little high, so the third shot I tried to bring it down. I brought it down too much. Now, I might have been shooting high because of the ammo I was using, which was 158 grain factory reloads. Now with the 640, everything was on the money. So how about the trigger? Now I made mention that the Rossi, and by the way, all 4 of these guns are loaded with empty shells. The Rossi had the stiffest trigger, and it's stiff from the very beginning. It's the same tension all the way through, and then it breaks. Now the Ruger's similar, not as heavy of a trigger, but it's the same all the way through. The Taurus revolvers, the Taurus snubbies, have an interesting trigger because the trigger squeeze starts off light and then works its way up until boom, you hit that wall and there it goes. Just like that. Now the 640, even for a modern Smith, has a very, very smooth and not heavy trigger pull. So what about the Rossi 462 or any of the Rossis that were made by Taurus? All right, here's some of the problems. You know, these guns have a reputation of the firing pin breaking. You also had that drop safe recall for almost all of them made between 2005 and 2017. In fact, somebody commented on the last video about the Rossi that they were well-made guns, but made with an inferior metallurgy. And I don't know that that's necessarily untrue. Now, as far as the strengths, it's a beautiful gun, very beautiful. It's also 6 shots. Now, as far as any problems I've had when I shot the 357 factory reloads, it tended to jam the cylinder where it would not turn. And I tend to think it's probably because of the sizing of the reloads. I haven't shot enough yet, and as soon as I can get some factory 357, I'll try and see. But as far as 38, I've run all types of 38 ammo in this gun. Haven't had any problem with the cylinder turning. Now, would I carry this gun? In a pinch, yeah, you could carry this gun. Once again, I wouldn't shoot anything hotter than 38 plus P. And if you were worried about the gun being drop safe, I would leave the hammer on an empty chamber. As for the Rossi, this is a collector's item to me. Now, in a pinch, certainly usable, but I own this gun more for the beauty of the finish and the design. And this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness.